And this is Fraley's World Insight blog, and populist revolution continues. And I'm not doing much tonight. I'm just doing a brief. I've kind of upgraded my system a little bit, except for the camera. And as you can tell, I've got an echo. Kind of like that. It's like being in a hall or something. But the camera's an old camera because, well, I got another desktop, but it doesn't have a webcam. But boy, is this thing powerful. And in the future, I will be able to do a lot of stuff. As a matter of fact, I'm going to try something out right now. Might improve the sound a little bit. Let's check this out. If I can get it over, that is. Let's see if this will work. Might work a little bit. Don't know for sure, but we'll see. It's just a test recording anyway. Get my dang seat up here where I want it. Okay, I'm going to show you this thing a little bit at a time. It's kind of slow, but we'll try her out. I'll take my old camera, and it's kind of funky, if you know what I'm saying. Kind of, like I said, it's old. It's not high definition, but I'll have a better one later. Here's the TV I'm using. It's just a small TV. It's an Element. If I can get you down here to where you can see it. Let's see. Element to see where the light is. Let me get some more light in here. Here's some light. Maybe this is better. Element. There it is. It's in that old Element TV. But it's small, but it does the job. And I'm using it as a monitor. Here's my other TV. The one I watched the Cardinals and Osuna beat the Rockies tonight on a Ozuna home run, which is pretty neat. Man, that shows up in there good. Okay, now I'm going to show you my keyboard. This is an Alienware Area 51. I've been wanting one of these for years, and I finally broke down and got one, although I'm going to have to pay the price for it. But $2,300. I'll be paying on this a while, but that's okay. It's I'm usually paying on other computers anyway. I always get, because I gotta have them for personal use and professional development projects I had to work on throughout the year, 36 hours worth to be exact. And here it is, the Alienware keyboard. Let's see, shine some light on it where it look a little better down here. There it is. Looks a little better once you hold the mouse still. Alienware. Yeah, let me see this dang camera. There it is. You can see it pretty good right there. And it's got all kinds. It's got a rainbow effect on it right now that you can actually program inside a computer. It's got an Alienware command center that you can control all the settings yourselves. And that's a really big thing I've been learning this summer. I've been learning about settings. And that's pretty neat. Now here's my mouse. There's another one. It lights up too. And it's even got its own command center, control center, whatever you want to call. And you can light it up. Isn't that neat? It actually has weights in it. It's kind of heavy, bulky, but you can take weights out of it and make it lighter, and that's pretty neat. Now I'm going to show you the back part of it, if I can get my camera back here, that is, or the front part of it, excuse me, the front. Let me get this down here. Isn't that neat? And it's the monitor, or not the monitor, but the processor unit down here, the big pyramid thing, lights up, and it's a huge monster like thing. Believe me, it weighs 60 something pounds, almost 70. Here's the front of it. You can see it. And again, it's got its own control center, command center, where you can set the settings. And then I'll show you the back of it. Sorry, the light's not better. I'll put that light down here and make it, maybe it'll look better. I'll show you the front again. All the way down. Yep. But this thing will last me a good long time, and I can always expand it and add to it. Let me show you the back of it here. This thing opens up even, but I'm not going to open it up. You can go to features and find this online and get your own picture of it. As you can see back there, you can put up to 3 graphics cards in these things, and believe me, these graphic cards are expensive. The ones I got, the one I've got in it now is a GeForce 1080. It's one of the better ones, but they've come out with a new one now called GeForce 1080 T, and it's supposed to, well, they clocked it and everything and run benchmarks on it and stuff, and all the tests come out and it runs faster than anything they got. But this is next one in line to it. I got this because, well, I got it from a Dell outlet and it was a little cheaper, so I saved a little money, even though I didn't save any money. In the long run, I'll be paying quite a bit, but I'm going to pay it off early if I can. Probably during the summers. I can pay more money on it. Man, I got that camera going everywhere, but well, I've got the junk in here, as you can tell. I've got to do something with some of this stuff. I got wires everywhere. Some of this stuff's wireless, but a lot of it, even though it's the old way of doing things, it's the more, how do you say, what's the right word for it? It's the more valued way, because this stuff is just better equipment, better hardware, but better all the way around. All the stuff. Oh, that's why I wanted this for years, because you can expand on it and it'll last me for years. A friend of mine has a Apple, what do you call it, professional Apple ProBook, whatever you call it. But anyway, it's you can upgrade them till you run out of money. But this thing will keep me busy upgrading, because it goes all the way up to 68 gigabytes, and right now it's got 16 gigabytes of memory in it, and that's plenty good for what I use and more. I mean, it's got an i7 processor, which is, I've been wanting one of those for a long time. And again, at this thing you can put 3 1080 where you can put um, graphics cards in up to 3 graphics cards in this. And I'm not sure about the compatibility of the different kinds, but I will check that out. I even have this service to this that costs me money too, and I can always ask questions and get what I need to upgrade. But I'll upgrade the memory later on, and maybe even another graphics card. But I'm gonna pay off first, because the graphics cards alone are like $500 to $700, and if you get the latest graphics card, the 1080 Ti, that will cost you even more, probably around 700 and something. So you can almost buy a computer for that much. But if you're going to do like I am and keep this for a good long time, then you can do upgrades a little bit at a time. The storage, it's got like 5 different areas or better storage departments in this thing, and all you have to do is it's got a little old wire. They've got it set up for you. All you have to do is just open it up and plug it in to the little plug-ins on each storage thing, and or SSD cards, you might say, or SSD drives. Yeah, SSD drives. And this thing, I think's got a Barracuda 2 terabyte storage things in it, and that's more than enough memory to do me for ages. I mean, I had another one that had only I believe it only had 1 terabyte on it, and I never did even reach the full potential on it. So I can get a lot more in this, and I plan to do a lot of recordings and stuff on here, vlogs and stuff, and videos, because I like to do videos and other technical stuff that I'm learning to do on my own. No, I'm not getting educated for this. I'm doing it on my own because I feel like I can learn more on my own. I have a couple other old computers that I use for experiment, and then if I get my confidence up in this stuff, I can eventually do other settings in this, and that's really important. I've been finding that out more and more. Settings in computers are really important, and if you don't know what you're doing, you can tear something up. But yeah, and there are a lot of bad videos on YouTube. There are some good though, and I've learned to actually, there are different ways you can clean out your computer to make it faster and stuff I've never known, stuff that people who told me they knew about computers never would tell me nothing about. Either they didn't know these things, or they just didn't tell me because maybe they're just out for themselves or something. I don't know. But anyway, I'm not all that much really techy, but it's really interesting, and a lot of things you can do if you know how to do certain things, like cleaning your computer up. And I don't mean wiping it down. I mean wiping the inside down, wiping the processors and stuff down inside by the settings, knowing how to clean stuff. I mean, and you don't have to have special software to do this. If you know what settings to go to and which ones to click, then you can straighten things up in there by yourself. But don't press the wrong settings. That's why you need to study up on it, and probably need an older computer to work on until you know what you're doing. And I've got a couple of them, and I've got one that slowed down really slow, the one I used on here before, but I've kind of got it a little faster by cleaning certain stuff up on it through the settings. So if you want to learn about settings, YouTube's a good place, but watch out on there who you watch, because there's some people on there that everything they say is not true. Everything they put out on the videos are not true. But get a good trusted source, somebody that's got good credentials on there, if you know what I'm saying. Probably somebody that represents like somebody like Dell or something. There's a lot of Dell technicians that do videos and stuff on there. Apple people too do different stuff on there, so you can find out about it. But anyway, I'm not on here to blah blah blah, but I am glad I'm getting a new system and I'm gradually upgrading it. My next thing to work on, I probably need to get a camera, but got to do as I have the money. My next thing is to get a 4K monitor or even a TV, but I want to get one that's really cheap. That's why I'm looking around. I'm going to pay cash for it so I don't have to go in debt on a bunch of stuff. I scratched my nose, it itched. No, I wasn't picking my nose, I was scratching it. Anyway, I'm looking around at different stuff. I've even been looking on Facebook in different places or yard sales and different stuff, because I'm going to get me a 4K TV, but I'm going to get one at the price I want. I am not going to spend more than $200. I found one on Amazon and I may just get it because it's like $198. Yeah, it's cheap, but for what I want to use it for, it's just a monitor and a good. It'd be a pretty good 4K monitor, and it'll do me a long time. I've got monitors now, old monitors, but I want something that'll go with this computer because it's virtual reality, and so I want to get into. I've been messing around with 3D effects and stuff, and making 3D paint and stuff, making I want to make me a new emblem and put on here. One thing, that's a good idea. I put a new emblem in here, and I got one made of Donald Trump, and it looks pretty neat. It's just one that I messed with. It's not great, but it looks pretty good. So I may try to put it on here just until I make a really good one. Anyway, I'm gonna get off from here. And I just wanted to show you around what I was doing among things I was doing this summer besides professional development and other things. I'm kind of working on becoming a bit of a techie. I'm not great at it, but I'm going to get better at it. Mainly because I can save a lot of money by being my own techie. Because a lot of that stuff, man, costs a lot of money and it's a lot of headaches going on the phone. There's nothing worse than anything that I hate more than going on the phone and having to listen to somebody give me instructions on how to do certain things and fix something. I hate that. And I'm already frustrated because I hadn't had to do that in a long time, but I don't want to do it again. Anyway, I'm getting off from here. I just wanted to make a brief video and check this out.